Every WWE fan is aware of what's happening with Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan, which has left Damian Priest worried about Rhea Ripley. The Judgment Day member confronted Dominik during Raw. Over the last few weeks, Rhea Ripley has been absent since Liv Morgan injured her during an ambush on the Raw after WrestleMania. The star had to vacate her title and go on a hiatus to heal. In the meantime, her WWE family has been active. While Damian Priest has been going through some tension with the rest of the Judgment Day, Dominik Mysterio has been getting involved with Liv Morgan. After the two confronted one another, they were seen walking out of a room one after the other a few weeks back. Last week, things seemed worse as Dominik's bandana was spotted in Morgan's pocket. With all of this happening, Damian Priest was worried for Dominik Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. He finally spoke up about it, confronting the Judgment Day member in the locker room. He asked Dom if everything was fine with him and Ripley. Dominik said yes and asked what was happening, but there was no elaboration. Before he could get an answer, Finn Balor, Carlito, and JD McDonough arrived, and the topic was changed. Dominik Mysterio has some answering to do when Rhea Ripley returns with Rhea away. Dominik appears to be using his newfound freedom to do whatever he wants. Liv Morgan clarified that she would take whatever Rhea loved from her, including Dominik Mysterio. The two are clearly involved in some way, but further details are not available at this time. Morgan and Mysterio's apparent alliance will upset Rhea. Fans will have to wait and see if the star is questioned when Ripley returns. In the pulsating arena of WWE Raw, where every moment is charged with anticipation, Damian Priest stood tall, his presence commanding attention. The spotlight embraced him, casting a glow upon his chiseled features as he awaited his adversary. Meanwhile, Dominik Mysterio, the rising star with a legacy to uphold, entered the ring, his gaze fixed on Priest, a mixture of determination and uncertainty flickering in his eyes. The tension in the arena was palpable as the two wrestlers locked eyes, their rivalry simmering beneath the surface. But tonight, there was another matter at hand, a tangled web of emotions and alliances that threatened to unravel amidst the chaos of the ring. As the crowd roared in anticipation, Priest seized the moment, his voice cutting through the din like a blade. "Dominik, we need to talk," he declared, his tone firm yet tinged with a hint of urgency. Dominik, taken aback by the sudden interruption, shot a wary glance at Priest, sensing the gravity of the situation. "What's this about, Priest?" "We've got a match to focus on," he retorted, his voice tinged with suspicion. But Priest was undeterred, his resolve unwavering as he stepped closer to Dominik, bridging the gap between them. "This isn't just about our match, Dominik. It's about Rhea Ripley," he stated, his words hanging heavy in the air like a storm cloud on the horizon. Dominik's expression darkened at the mention of Ripley, his thoughts drifting to the enigmatic woman who had captured his attention and stirred emotions he had long buried. "What does Rhea have to do with anything?" he demanded, his voice edged with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. Priest sighed, a flicker of regret crossing his features as he prepared to unravel the tangled threads of their shared history. "I've seen the way you look at her, Dominik. The way you talk about her. It's clear that there's something between you two," he confessed, his words laden with a sense of resignation. Dominik's jaw tightened at the revelation, his mind racing as he grappled with the implications of Priest's words. "And what if there is? What's it to you?" he shot back, his tone defensive yet tinged with uncertainty. Priest met Dominik's gaze head-on, his eyes blazing with intensity as he spoke his truth. "Because I care about her too, Dominik. More than you'll ever know," he admitted, his voice raw with emotion. Dominik's defenses wavered at Priest's confession, a whirlwind of conflicting emotions swirling within him as he struggled to make sense of it all. "But what about us, Priest? What about our rivalry?" he asked, his voice tinged with desperation. Priest shook his head, his gaze softening as he reached out to clasp Dominik's shoulder in a gesture of solidarity. "Our rivalry doesn't define us, Dominik. We're more than that. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that sometimes we have to put aside our differences for the greater good," he replied, his words infused with a sense of wisdom born of experience. Dominik's resolve faltered at Priest's words, a sense of clarity dawning within him as he realized the truth of what his adversary was saying. "You're right, Priest. I've been so caught up in proving myself that I lost sight of what really matters," he conceded, his voice tinged with humility. With a nod of understanding, Priest stepped back, allowing Dominik the space to come to terms with his newfound revelation. "We all make mistakes, Dominik. It's what we do next that defines us," he remarked, his tone imbued with a sense of hope for the future. As the two wrestlers prepared to resume their match, a newfound sense of camaraderie infused their every move, their shared understanding transcending the confines of the ring. And amidst the chaos and clamor of WWE Raw, Damian Priest and Dominik Mysterio forged an unlikely alliance, bound together by the unbreakable bonds of friendship and mutual respect.